Hey scrubbers, it's Vanessa here, and today I have a layout for Follow a Sketch February, and it is day, I believe this is sketch 16. I'm pretty sure. And so I am going to go ahead and show you the sketch you saw at the beginning of the video, and we're going to go ahead and put it together. I did do a little bit of work off camera. I matted my photos. These are the two photos I'm going to use, and this is just a branding strip, and then I took some vellum and cut some little leaf pieces out, and then I also took some dies from this set here from Tim Holtz, and I die cut sort of this blue, light kind of blue teal color, and this yellow pattern paper. So I'm going to use those on this layout as well. And then, like I said, here's my two photos. I'm going to back my white cardstock with this black, and so that's going to frame my layout. So what I'm going to start with, however, is I'm going to take my layout here, and I have a stamp. This is just this is an old Prima stamp, and I have some Hickory Smoke Distress Oxide ink, and I've kind of got a whole bunch of things piled up here for my layout. So I'm just going to move these out of the way and pull my background in here. So all I'm going to do with this is I'm just going to do some stamping, and I am going to follow the sketch pretty closely for this one, so you'll see that as we go. So I'm going to start out with some stamping. Not looking for this to be perfect. I really just want to add some stamping here. I want to say in the sketch there might have been even a text stamp. I kind of forget. I don't have it in front of me, so I'm going to see if I can pull it up while I'm talking to you, because I honestly don't have the sketch in front of me to even reference. I've looked at the sketch, so obviously I have an idea that it's sort of there's a central piece and then the photos on either side. But other than that, I don't really remember what the sketch looks like. So I'm gonna pull it up, and so I can actually see it. So yeah, it looks to me like text, so we're gonna go with that. But again, I'm just really wanting to add something to my white cardstock, because if I didn't, it would be a little too plain for me. I feel like I can't just do a plain white cardstock and not do something to it, or at least add lots of pattern paper. I feel like it's very boring if I just leave it that way. And so I'm just gonna go with that. So that's gonna be my stamping, and then I'm going to come in with some spray for some splatters. Let's see if I can get some big splatters. I don't always like the tiny splatters, and that they go all over the place sometimes with this nozzle in particular. So I'm just wanting to put a few on here. There we go. We're going to call that good. I don't need a ton. A lot of it's going to get covered up. But what I'm going to do is, this obviously needs to dry, and so I'm going to show you, like I said, this is going to be pretty close to following the sketch. So this is the background. It'll be matted on that black cardstock. And then through the center, I'm going to place these papers. And these are going to kind of layer underneath this, so you can kind of keep that in mind, but I'm just showing you here what my idea is on my mat here, since my background is drying. So it's going to go something along this line. These will probably overlap a little bit more. I don't need them to span the full length. And then, I'll grab my photos. There we go. I'm going to have this one over here, and I'm going to, I think, tuck that sort of under like this, and then I am going to place this one sort of like that. I think, give or take, something along this line. And like I said, these will be underneath there. And then what I'm going to do is I have this shaker that I had created with some Dreamweaver sequins a while back. I was going to use it for one of my design team projects for Spiegel Mom Scraps. I ended up not using it, so I am going to use it on this page. And I think I'm just going to kind of make it an element down here. Then the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this washi tape, and it is some faux stitching. So I feel like it'd be kind of fun to put it sort of down that center paper strip with that branding strip down the center. So I'm going to add that. So I'll do that off camera when I glue everything down, but you'll see I'll have stitching down the side here. And then what I'm going to do once I get all of that done and I come back, we are going to play with these florals. And my plan is to add these florals here, in sort of keeping everything within the center kind of location. Might tuck some under, sort of like this, some on top. And then I also, like I said, cut those leaves. And the reason I did them in the vellum was so that I could place them on the page and they wouldn't really take up a lot of visual weight on the page. And so I really liked that. And so I'm going to, like I said, come in here with my florals. I'm going to play with the placement, adding in those leaves. So everything's going to sprout from the center and come. Okay, that was weird. I don't really know what happened. Somehow my camera flipped so that it was using like the front of the camera and recording like my ceiling. So I don't really know what happened. So I did, hopefully I'll cut that out when I go to edit this. So all I was showing you was I'm going to use this camera and this little word together. Those I know I'm going to use. And I also have some puffy hearts in the blue, yellow, and white, 2 different sizes. I'm not sure which ones I'm going to use, or maybe I'll use all of them, who knows. But I do have those, so I'm going to be adding those in when we come back as well. And then I do have over here to the side, I have some sticker sheets and some puffy stickers. So I'm going to see what I can get sort of put in sort of my little clusters here to finish off this page. But what I'm going to do is go off camera, get all of this background piece glued down as you see here so that the background will be built, and then we'll come in with sort of what I call the finishing touches and the little bits and pieces with the stickers and maybe some more florals and those sort of items, and see what we can do with this page. Alright, so I did get everything glued down. I haven't glued that one heart down yet. I decided to change them out for 3 of the blue hearts to kind of give my blue a bit more pop on the page. And I'm going to finish putting this layout together here. Since there's not that much left to do, I did add my title, which was from this sticker sheet from my story. I had a title here, and I figured I really wanted to try to get some more of that sticker sheet used up. That I think is the only sticker I'm going to use with what's left on that page. But I figured that works for a title. I've glued down my florals, my shaker, and my 2 of my little hearts. I have that word together that I said I was going to place on the page, and I thought down here is kind of cute. Tucked in here, I'm thinking a little bit. I did pull off, I will show you, I did also pull off a couple of flowers that are right here on the page that were on this sticker sheet. Again, I'm slowly trying to use these up. And so I did pull those off. And then I have a few little puffy stickers here that I'm going to use on the page, mostly just to get them used up. They've been hanging around for a long time, and it is time for them to make it on a page, because sitting in my stash is not where they should live. So we're gonna make them work on this page, and I'm gonna get that heart's gonna go up there, and I don't know if I can get that on. Yeah, I'm not gonna use any more of those. It doesn't need it. And I think once I get that heart stuck down up there, I am going to dot, I think, a few of these leftover. My glue is clogged, I think. So I'm going to dot a few of these Dreamweaver sequins around the page, I think. Oh wow, my glue is super clogged. It is barely coming out. I may have to stop the video just to get that working. It's so annoying. Of course, when I'm trying to do something, it doesn't want to work. Okay. I didn't end up using the small hearts. I think just these 3 is enough. Gives a little sparkle, a little color, a little bit more color, I should say, to the page. I have to add just a little bit more glue to my strip down the center. And then, like I said, I'm going to add just a few of these sequins. Nothing too crazy. So just a couple in each embellishment cluster, I think, will sort of add just the perfect little pop. If I can get my glue to cooperate, that'll be the question. So that's all I'm going to do here to finish this one off, is just add some fun sequins. I have this little jewel picker upper tool that, again, I'm just going to use to pick up those sequins. And maybe I can get this finished. And the still photos will be coming up. I will have in the description box below a link to Sandy's Facebook group. So if you want to see all the sketches that we're using, you can go and check them out, as well as the link to the playlist where you can catch all of the videos that everyone is creating, and you can see everyone's take on the sketches. And I don't think I said it, but let me check if I see. So this sketch was created by Scrapbooking Global Blog Hop for August 2023. So I don't see a name, so that is where the sketch is from. So if anyone is interested, that is there as well. And I'm going to add these last couple sequins, and we are going to call this layout done. Like I said, still photos will be coming up in just a sec, and we're going to call this one good. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.